We are facing an epidemic problem from Canada to Chile and Argentina. It is an unusual epidemic. It is an unusual virus. It is not a virus that attacks the human body, but it's a virus that is attacking behaviors. The use of credit card, financial behavior. Let's see how this virus affect the life of people and affect the finances of the different people throughout the continent. But before going on with the presentation, please remember that there is my book on sales, where you can find all the answer you need about inflation. In the description of this video, you will find the link in order to get the book. When we talk about credit card, we talk about and a bad use, a misuse of credit card is a typical American problem, we can say. In Europe, it is not so serious, the problem. But what is a misuse of credit card? And first, let's analyze what credit cards are and how and why people can have a bad use of them. First of all, credit cards are a wonderful instrument, and then it could help a lot in order to reduce risk of carrying cash, and also in case of an emergency it could be very helpful because thanks to a swipe of the credit card you can be able to resolve emergency situations. But the problem is that sometimes the human ego, we can say. For example, you are with your friends or with your partner in a commercial center and you see some product, something that you like, and then you decide to use the credit card when you shouldn't. Why? Because probably you wouldn't have the money to pay the card. Or it's a product, what you see, it could be a garment, or it could be a piece of jewelry, whatever product that it may call your attention and that you invite you to buy it. But the problem is that first probably maybe you don't really need that product, or you don't have the money to afford that product. And so if you see something that you like but you don't have enough money to buy it, the credit card, it could be helpful. And here it begins the problems of credit card. Why? Because usually people, thanks of having and thanks of carrying the credit card, feel empowered. Why? Because it gives a sense of power that allows to buy more than what the financial capability really are. So many people throughout the continent became slave of the credit card. When the purchases that have passed through the credit card surpasses the capability of paying back the credit card, then you become a slave of them for several reasons. First, the interest rate that usually you pay through financing your purchases through a credit card are much higher than the normal interest rates that you have in a country. Second, it is a sort of addition, that power that comes from the ego or from the necessity to buy or to purchase something that you don't need. So it's very difficult for people that are addicted to purchasing products that they don't need, and that they also become usually addicted to the use of credit card, because credit card, it became the instrument in order to get all these products. So little by little, there are many families and many people that have amassed an enormous quantity of debts on the credit card. So finally, it's can call this problem a modern form of slavery. Yes, a modern form of slavery. Why? Because the problem can degenerate to a point when you work just to pay back the credit card. If you don't pay back the credit card, then your credit score will be ruined, and thanks to ruining your credit score, you will start having problems in order to get credit for some more important expenditures. For example, to purchase a house. At the beginning, it starts little by little, the problem of a misuse of credit card. But then it become, for many people, a huge problem. A huge problem that it is very difficult to deal with, because it interacts at psychological level as an addiction. For example, the addiction to alcohol or the addiction to cigars are very similar, or even the addiction for gambling are very similar to the addiction of the use and the misuse of credit cards. So there are, in order to grow professionally and to grow from a financial point of view, it's very important to learn how to use at best the credit card instruments. I repeat, it's a great instrument if it is used well. It's a terrible instrument if you become a slave of it. So why not changing your behavior and starting to use it in a proper way and not in a wrong way? So here I have some advice in order to better use the credit card. First, buy only what you need to credit card. Do not use the credit card to purchase product that you don't need. Second, do not finance your expenditure, especially the consume expenditures, through credit card. I mean, use the credit card only to a limit that you are able to pay back before it expires the debt, before entering in the cycle of having to pay back also interest rate on the expenditures. So limit yourself in what you are able to pay. Do not exceed over your capability of paying it back. Third, if you have debt on your credit card, pay them back as soon as possible. Do not keep debt on your credit card. It's extremely dangerous. Fourth, if you have many credit cards and if you have a tendency to misuse them, cancel back most of them. Keep just a couple of credit cards. With 2 credit cards, you can do well. You don't need more than 2. There are people that have 10, 12 credit cards, and that is a very big mistake. And last advice, and probably the most important, if you are able to have a special discount by paying cash or by paying through a check or to a money wire, take the discount. I mean, why you miss a discount for using a credit card? You say, okay, but it will go on credit. But usually the discount that you can have by paying cash or by paying through a check or to a money wire is much more interesting than getting the credit that you receive from the credit card. So use the credit card only when it is extremely necessary or when it is necessary. By having a better management of your finance, you can be, on the long run, more successful. And it begins with a better use of the credit card. It could begin with that. As simple as that. So, I hope you will reflect on the advices. Thank you for your attention, and I'm looking forward in the next video. Remember to share this video with your friends if you liked it, and give me your like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.